So you're pregnant and you have a trip planned. How different is it from traveling when you're not pregnant? It's actually mostly the same, but with some nuances. Because now you have to accommodate the life growing inside of you, which is causing all of these changes in your body. I'm currently pregnant with my first baby and I traveled during my first, second, and third trimester. So through pain and nausea and a lot of discomforts, I've learned a lot along the way, and I'll share what I learned so that you can make yourself as comfortable as possible while traveling safely. And as you listen to my tips, remember that you know what's best for you and your baby. Before we dive in, I'm Jojo, and I share my life through travel tips, adventures, and wholesome living. If you're into that, then like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Now, here are 12 essential tips for traveling while pregnant. First things first, check with your provider to make sure you're cleared to travel. Let them know where you're headed, whether you're flying, going on a cruise line, or on a road trip. And then based on your condition, they can give you the green light. For me, the only way out of Guam is by plane. So since my pregnancy was low risk at the time, my doctor said that short flights lasting only a few hours, the latest I could fly was at 34 weeks. And then for transoceanic flights, it was 32 weeks. I'd also recommend double checking with your airline or cruise line about their cutoff. And if you're traveling later in your pregnancy, some airlines require clearance from your provider. So which trimester is the best to travel in? In my experience, the first trimester was the worst. I found out I was pregnant on the day of my flight and I was dizzy, nauseous, and hangry the whole trip. And even I couldn't even enjoy the trip. All I could think about was lying in my own bed at home. And then by the third trimester, I was starting to get tired and fatigued, especially if I was out and about all day. I couldn't last as long, and even though I had the best appetite for travel, I couldn't eat too much without getting acid reflux or heartburn, which was really annoying to deal with. So the best trimester to travel in is the second one. I was no longer nauseous and tired from the first trimester. I had all this renewed energy to go out and enjoy the world. I really felt like myself. So if you're planning your baby moon, then schedule it during your second trimester. And if you're traveling by air, I highly recommend compression socks, because when you're sitting for hours on end, a lot of that extra blood flowing through your body can pull on your feet and calves, causing them to swell, especially at high altitudes. And while you're at it, I also recommend loose footwear and open sandals for traveling. I usually like to wear sneakers while traveling, but the one time I wore them on a plane, it was actually really painful once I walked off the plane because my feet and my ankles were swollen. So I love my pink Birkenstocks. They're light, waterproof, provide arch support, and I can wear them with socks on the plane, which is pretty much what I wear every day anyway. I actually don't wear sneakers unless I really need to. Number 5, make sure to take breaks if you have a full day planned. You realize that your stamina throughout the day won't last as long as it did before you got pregnant. So don't push yourself, and don't feel bad if you're not able to do everything you want to do. You're growing a family member inside of you and you're still traveling. Those are two beautiful experiences that you get to enjoy at the same time. So really treasure this time that you have. Next, do your research on any questionable food and ask your provider if they're safe to consume, because you might be tempted to try exotic foods like me. However, your best bet is to be conservative and skip anything questionable. When I was in Tokyo, I craved sushi. So while in the States, they generally recommend pregnant women avoid sushi, but it could really depend on the establishment you buy it from. Like, you wouldn't buy sushi from a gas station, but it's actually common for pregnant women in Japan to eat sushi. So if you think about it, the standards there are much higher than where I live, so I was able to indulge. I just stayed away from high mercury fish like tuna. So there are exceptions like this when eating certain foods, but it's generally safest to be cautious. Like, don't eat the beef tartare if you're not feeling up for it, or that raw octopus, which was a mistake that I made on my end because I was so curious. Good thing I was fine after that. Now, if you're traveling during summer, wear breathable clothes and carry a fan with you to avoid overheating. The moment I entered my third trimester, I just started experiencing hot flashes. When you're pregnant, you're just hot all the time. You get all these hot flashes, so carrying a fan is a lifesaver. So I traveled during the heat of summer in Tokyo and Seoul, and I found that it's actually much cooler to cover your skin and wear cotton or linen than to wear dry fit shirts and shorts. So pack your breathable clothes and those cute linen dresses. And also bring a hand towel to wipe yourself. In Tokyo and Seoul, they had these cooling wipes, and I wrapped one around my neck, which helped so much. It really cooled me down, and I didn't care how weird it looked. I was pregnant, it was really hot, it was summertime, I was sweating, hot flashes. So just having something cool on the back of my neck just helped me cool down. Number 8, travel with a partner. This may or may not be obvious if you love traveling solo like me, but when you're pregnant, it's so much easier to have a travel partner. It's so much simpler when you have someone to help carry your bags, assist you up and down the stairs, ensure you're hydrated, and watch over you. It's safer for both you and your baby. Pack any necessary vitamins and medication in a convenient pillbox. In my pillbox, I include prenatal vitamins, vitamin B6 and Unisom in case I get nauseous. I also pack Dulcolax for constipation, especially if I'm not getting enough fiber from food, and then Tums for heartburn. Also, bring a water bottle and mix in some electrolytes if you feel like you're not drinking enough water throughout the day. This one's for my ladies with thick thighs. If you're wearing a dress or a skirt, wear biker shorts underneath or apply an anti-chafing balm because your thighs will rub and chafe against each other, which does not feel great. My sister gave me this body glide, and this will help you so much if you expect to walk around all day. I don't feel the chafe, and it's just much more comfortable. Pack a belly band or kinesiology tape. As my baby started growing, I started to feel pain in my ribs and the bottom of my belly at the end of the day because of the new weight I was carrying. So I recommend using a belly band or belly tape for support. You're gonna feel a lot better and you won't experience as much back pain because now you have that extra support. Last is to capture photos of your baby bump because you'll be reminiscing about these memories and sharing them with your baby as they get older. And who knows, maybe you'll travel back to the very same spot, but this time with your baby in your arms, or when they're all grown up. This allows you to share the moments in a new way. So enjoy your trip and take it easy. I hope you'll continue to have a happy and healthy pregnancy. And even with all this advice, remember that you know what's best for you and your baby. So travel safe, and if you're wondering what else to pack for your trip, I have a set of travel packing lists you can use as reference for packing for 1 month, 1 week, and weekend trips. Just don't forget to include the other items I mentioned in this video too. Take care, mama. I'll see you soon. Bye.